corner can hold.
That should help settle the nerves. A nice big first serve.
Wow.
Make that 2. Both these boys have come out guns blazing.
Just like I said, I think it's going to be who's going to return better in one of the games. That's a huge serve.
It's a very similar pattern to both service games, Prince, where the guys are just bombs away.
Big serves.
Typical altitude tennis.
Yeah. That's a huge.
Clipping the line on a big second serve, and with not much fuss, it's 1-all. Well, the first service game was without any hassle, but love 30-second serve. Make that love 40. And it's Connor that gets the first look at the break point.
He definitely benefited from the 2 double faults that Leonardo did in the first.
That serve is just swinging so much. He's getting so much side spin on it, and that's where that framed backhand return came from. You got to watch the ball right onto the strings because it's continuously moving with that lefty. He's getting a lot of swerve on the ball.
Banana serve.
Yeah. Well, Leonardo has left the court, and it's not that he's had enough. It's just that shank return jumped the fence and ended up on court number 2. So he's just making sure that there are 3 balls in play. He has saved 1, but there's 2 more to come. Well, 3 double faults is what's going to cost your serve almost every single time, especially at this level. And it's Leonardo that hands Connor the break. Since Stithians has the break in hand, they lead 2 games to 1. as we said, there's a lot of discussion on that bench. It's not just the coach. Leonardo is getting an earful from his double specialists. And as we said, not going to be short of advice in this match. It's more about execution. St. Cyrians leads 2-1.
We see the other doubles again, the double faults again. There's a lot of pressure for these boys, man.
Yeah, and it's the pressure of playing on television in front of a crowd, but it's the bigger pressure of not disappointing your teammates, because it's all on your hand now to win the title or not.
Exactly.
And as you said, you know, tennis is such an individual sport, and now you're carrying the weight of a team's expectation. That's the kind of serve you're looking for at 15-30. Just to relieve the pressure with a nice big serve.
Yeah. That's huge.
Back-to-back serves. 15-30 turns into 40-30.
If he holds here, that'll be huge, and that'll set the tone for this match.
Well, his opponent served 3 double faults to help him get to a break. He's now served 2, trying very hard to do the same.
I guess it comes down to the pressure. They are feeling it, these boys.
It's also the short set format, because you know there's no room for mistakes.
Yeah.
So that puts extra pressure. There's no time to get the break back if you lose your serve.
Yeah, that's pressure.
Well, that's his 3rd double fault in this game. And that sets up a break point for Paul Roos.
That's definitely pressure.
Interesting that their serves are their weapons, but it's also been their downfall so far.
Yeah.
Oh, he had a good look at that one. He got a good piece of it as well. Leonardo would like to have another crack at that one.
That's the second one, actually. That's huge.
The perfect 1-2.
Oh, he set it up with a serve.
Yep.
Wide serve. Very good pattern.
And again, the momentum thing. If Paul Roos manages to break here, that's massive for them. He manages to hold with these break points against him. And he does just that. That is a big momentum swinger. St. Cyrians manages to hold serve after facing a couple of break points. They lead 3-1.
This will be very difficult for Leonardo to come back on this set. Even if he holds here, then Connor still has to serve.
Well, the best he can do is hold serve. Take care of your own deal.
Yeah.
Make sure you do a good job, and then maybe the pressure catches up to Connor when he has to serve it out.
Yeah, definitely.
Was that the googly, Prince?
Was that a what?
The googly. I think the wind just got a hold of that because he was setting up for the backhand. The last minute, a gust just blew it into his body. He didn't expect the ball to move that much.
I think he has a good serve, but for me, in terms of the leg drive on the serve, it's not really a very good leg drive that allows him to brush the ball really up and have a lot of heavy speed. He goes for too much, but more from the hand than the legs.
Yeah, he uses his long levers to get the racket head speed. It doesn't come from his legs and driving up to the ball. So that, as good as that serve is, it can still get better.
Yeah. I guess that's why we saw a couple of double faults earlier.
15.
Uncertainty there. Wasn't sure if he should play it, if he should leave it. Always better in that instant just to commit and play it. Don't worry about if it's just long. Just stick the volley and win the point anyway.
Yeah,
that's nice.
A good shot.
Perfect transition. Mid-court backhand.
Yeah.
Takes it early. Short backswing. I like this. Short backswing.
And just guide it.
Guide it and get in there and cover the net. Good play. Well, he's done what he had to do.
Yeah.
Leonardo Sola holds serve, but it's Connor Doig from Stinstedians that will come out after this sit down and have an opportunity to serve out the first set. He leads 3 games to 2. Well, Connor wasting no time. He was out of that chair quickly.
Oh, you don't want to hang around too much.
Especially not around that bench of 4 advisors that are telling you all kinds of stuff. He knows exactly what he needs to do. He has an opportunity to serve out the set and give Stinstedians a crucial lead in this decider. I like the depth on that return.
Yeah. I think Leonardo, when he gets really low for his backhand, he controls it much better.
Yeah, he has a flattish backhand, so he needs to stay down. If he doesn't, he's going to struggle because he doesn't generate huge spin on the backhand.
No.
Those are 2 good deep returns, and Connor just showing a little pressure. Didn't have the answer to one of them. Couldn't get it back in play. He needs first serves right now.
Yeah. I think sometimes with the first serve, you don't really need to go for power. You can go for effectiveness and pull the guy out of the court or something. He's camping there, yeah.
And that was a massive point, Prince.
Yeah.
Massive
Huge.
point at love 30.
The huge difference between 15-30 and love 40.
Yeah, the pressure is not off yet, but it's a lot better at 15-30 than love 40.
Yeah.
And there we go. Make a good serve, and all of a sudden you're at 30 all with an opportunity. Now within 2 points of closing out the set.
So near yet so far. You know, this lead rule, can you imagine if that dropped off? That's definitely pressure.
That's
there.
tight. If I've
tight.
ever seen a tight forehand, that's a tight forehand. A little bit of nerves.
Yeah.
Made a good solid second serve, and this was just a regulation ball that he just wanted to hit as a rally ball, and the arm got really stiff, pulled up on it, didn't release the racket head, and now he faces
He really has to come up with a big serve, yeah.
Yeah, if I was him, I'd be serving the forehand on the first serve. That backhand's very solid, short backswing. Even running around it. Look, and he runs around his forehand. Holy cow, I haven't seen that for a while. It's a clean winner, inside in.
Oh my goodness.
Look at this. Look where he goes. Charges off to the left, runs around it. It looks like a two-handed, right-handed forehand. Brilliant.
Actually, that is sending a message to Connor.
Serve the forehand, but
yes, he trusts his backhand more than he does on the forehand, on the backhand.
That's a great break. And now it's 3 games all to play for. And that's the last thing you want to do. You don't want to break to save the set and then, you know,
you start with 2 double
play a
faults in
loose
a row.
game, yeah. So at love 30, he's going to have to come up with the goods once again. Again, just that lefty serve swinging into Connor's forehand side, just got himself jammed a little bit.
No time to shift.
Like you say, they so often play against right-handed players where that would just stay on the line and he could just hit through it, but this one's always going to keep coming towards you, so sometimes the second nature you just forget.
Yeah.
Real opportunity for Connor now with second serve at 15-30. Oh boy, oh boy.
That's a tight one.
He took it on.
Yeah.
That's a let-off for Leonardo. That's a quality volley. Got a lot of slice on it, got good depth on it. It just shot through the surface.
But he just, again, he used the backhand to set up that volley.
Yeah, if I was Connor, I'd be giving him a lot of forehands to hit in this match. The backhand's obviously his solid side.
Huge return.
That's a good serve, followed up by even better return.
I think in Mike, this match is so difficult to call, huh?
Yeah, it's very tight, and this right here, the next couple of points might give us some of the answers we're looking for, because this will be a massive momentum swing either way.
Yes.
Does he? If he holds, he's just broken and then held, which is massive. And if Connor picks up the break, it'll kind of stop that momentum in its tracks. But Connor has just been tentative on a couple of shots, a little nervous. Oh, that's a massive hold, especially after breaking when Connor served for the set. It's Leonardo Usola that comes up with a hold, and he now leads 4 games to 3.
Now the pressure is back on Connor.
Well, Leonardo Sola has proven on more than one occasion now that he can deal with the pressure. He's come up with the goods. The question is, can Connor Doig handle the pressure? He serves 3-4.
These are definitely nerves.
Yeah, if I was Leonardo, I'd try and make him play as many balls as possible, because he's shown that he can get a little tight on 1 or 2 regulation ground strokes. So I'd want to really challenge him in this game. That's a massive serve.
That's a huge serve. I think Leonardo, he trusts his backhand on the returns, but on the forehand he can't, like, blocks. He blocks a lot. Oh, he was going for it.
Well, for the first time in this match, it's Leonardo Solo that's within 2 points of winning the set. Connor's been there a couple of times.
Yeah.
Never got to a set point.
That's huge for serve. That's huge for serve.
Well, that's good timing. That's when he needed it. Well, that's a lucky let court serve, but nonetheless, those are the rules. All let courts in play. He manages to hold, and we are at 4-all, which means tiebreak time.
Yeah.
Of course, Prince, in this instance, it's a normal 7-point breaker.
No, this is normal.
that's what you were talking about, the block earlier. That ball was not to be blocked. That he should have ripped that.
Should
but
have
with the way he
ripped
holds his racket, it's just easier for him to block the ball. So I would attack
passing
his
shot.
forehand.
I would have taken a chance and just rip it.
Yeah, well, it was the shot to play.
Yeah.
He had to either top spin, either cross court or down the line, but he had to rip it.
Yeah. See that return. Always a block.
I would definitely, if I was Connor, I'd seriously attack his forehand and see if it's anywhere up to standard, because I think you're going to get one or two blocks, which is a slow ball. You can attack that, and he might even try to then start hitting it and make mistakes, because his backhand has been well tested, and I think he's proven that his backhand can handle pressure.
Definitely.
But I don't think Connor has tested the forehand enough.
It's very tentative. Leonardo, he doesn't trust his forehand.
Yeah, and Vera, there was a real opportunity to drive the ball, and he goes for this little chip, so that just shows a little bit of insecurity on that forehand. So if Connor is picking up on that, he can expose it. Is that 4-1, Princey?
Should be.
Connor serving 4-1, I believe. Nicely done. Nicely done. They will change sides at 5-1. And it's the Scythians that is in the driving seat. Again, no shortage of advice when you have 3 teammates and a coach. And the coach has probably got about 40 years worth of tennis experience, so it's like 6 or 7 people talking to you. But as we said at the top of this match will not be decided because of a lack of advice or information. It's going to come down to execution. Who can make the shots at the right time?
And who can hold the nerves better.
Speaking of nerves, Connor is up 5-1 and basically within 2 points, and the question is, can his nerve be held? So this brings
you
up.
See that Leonardo running away from his forehand, trying to keep on the back and side. Is this a set point?
It is the first of 6 set points. It needs 5 set points, and he only needs the first one.
Yeah.
It's another double fault, unfortunately, for Paul Roos, and it's Scythians that closes out the first set on the tiebreak, and they lead 1 set to love in the decider. could see some serious talk between coach and player as they discuss the way back. The good news is you know that the third set is a tie-break shootout, so this is pretty much just one set that you need to play. You don't need to think I've got to come back for 2 sets. That's not it. You just win this one set and you're in a tie-break shootout and you have a chance.
Definitely.
Doig, serve second set.
Oh, you're kidding me.
That, people, is what you call a modern ace. Unfortunately, all net cords are in place, so that was a clean ace.
This roll is not good. I mean, how do we classify that under ace?
It perfectly falls under the definition of an ace.
Yeah.
Prince, it is a serve that goes into the block that the opponent doesn't touch.
But not what you call it's not that he planned to do it. He didn't plan to do it.
Come on, you're telling me I played you, man. You hit many aces you didn't plan to do. You were trying to go wide and you aced me up the tee. What are you talking about?
At least the tactical intention was correct. That one, I'm not sure if you can classify it as an ace.
Well, his intention was to serve an ace. He just didn't know he was going to do it that way. It's no different. Again, that tentative forehand for Connor, we've seen that a few times. It's been quite costly for him.
He holds back, yeah.
It's just a deceleration and he stands up on it. He doesn't let the racket head do the work.
No. Especially if you're stepping away from the ball.
Yeah. Yeah, then the hands will have to work.
Yeah. He has been looking for this wide serve on the forehand side, and
it amazes me that he even goes to the backhand on the second serve.
The second serve.
I would kick it to his forehand every time and he's going to block it.
Yeah. But his success ratio on the kick serve, he has been struggling.
Well, he's got himself to 40-15, and I guess that's all that matters right now.
Yeah. To that forehand, he doesn't really need to go for it like that. He can just kick it.
He's only going to get the what a second serve. Wow,
that's that's very gutsy.
I think he heard us and he just said, you guys don't know what you're talking about. I'll show you what a big second serve looks like.
That's so gutsy.
Brilliant. So the first game goes to St. Stithians. Of course, they've won the first set as well. That's a happy camp so far.
Yeah.
All 4 of those guys are quite happy where things are right now. Still a long way to go, but I'd rather be a setup and a game up than the other way around.
Yeah. I think they can smell the win here.
You can smell the win, but if I was the coach and Marius has been around, he sees that his man can get tight a little bit. He knows that his man, and that would be in the back of his head, just saying, I hope he doesn't let this go somewhere. I hope he can close it now. Yeah,
close
exactly.
it now. He's basically emphasizing that he should close it now.
He doesn't want this to go 3-all, 4-all, because he's afraid his man gets tight.
He doesn't want to take a risk.
No, that's true. All part of sports.
Yeah.
The mental side.
The mental side that we mentioned in the beginning.
90% mental and 10% mental. Brilliant.
That's huge.
Interestingly, again going to the backhand.
I was about to say that.
He just refuses to go the other way.
He's not listening to us, huh?
He probably said, I want to beat this guy when he's playing at his best, and his backhand is better. Well, we can't say anything. He's up a set and he's up a game, so he's doing well so far.
Wow.
Can you say ATP Tour?
Take that. That's a Djokovic return right there.
He took this so early, and look at him. He's on the baseline when he takes it. And it wasn't exactly just a little kick serve. I mean, it was a pretty decent first serve by Leonardo. was a much better forehand. That one he let go, and you can see there's no tightness there. That one goes, he releases the racket in. There's a lot of revolutions on the ball.
But it's because of having the first set in the bag.
And the first game, he feels like this is a free game.
It relaxes your muscles a bit.
Well, that's only fair to get it the other way back. So they've each had one ace with a lead cord. Yeah, sorry, Prince, it's called an ace.
Unintended ace.
They each have one unintended ace. And then several intended aces. And they both count 1 point, Prince.
There's no upper point.
No bonus points for this one because he meant it. Attack that forehand all day long. Nonetheless, again, he gets the break, he knows what he's doing, and he leads 2-love the second set.
But you know, sometimes when you play a left hand, and 80% of the time or 90% of the time you play in the right-handed guard, so he's trying to build a point cross court, and he's going to the stronger side of the guy. Because Leonard hasn't hit a four. I haven't seen a good forehand from him. It has been blocks, blocks, blocks.
And yet Connor insists on serving to the backhand.
Wow, that's a huge serve. That's big.
Yeah, if you serve like that, you can serve to the forehand or the backhand. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah. There you go.
Easy.
Yeah. Still going to that backhand even on the second serve.
Again, it was a chip forehand return and a big drive off the backhand. So the pattern continues. Still has a game point in hand.
He has to come up with a big serve here.
Well, that's exactly what he wanted. He did go to the forehand, and it's a block that goes long. And that's St. that now really looks good as they lead 3 games to love and by a set to love. This is the bench that's got all the work to do. down a set, down 3-love, so they're going to have to come up with a good serve. The good news is the 3-love is only 1 break, so let's start by holding our serve, and then we can see if Connor can get nervous. But it's an uphill battle no matter which way you look at it.
Yeah, very. It's for Connor to lose the match, actually.
Yeah, it's in his hands.
It's in his hands, yeah.
That was a well-constructed point. I like that. Good serve, got down low to that backhand, dragged it cross-court and just got in a very strong net position, and the overhead was no problem.
Yeah.
That's massive. That brings up not just 2 match points, that brings up 2 title points. This is the first of 2 opportunities to take the title home. Wow, there's the forehand we've been looking for all day. Waits for match point, and what does he do? Just smokes it.
Unbelievable.
Where was that forehand all day?
Where has he been hiding it? Wow.